Alright, hey guys. Day 3. Just got back from the Halo 4 panel, so I'll tell you all about that. I'll get right into it. Basically, Halo 4 343 in Bungie, it's been worked on it's been in the pipeline for a couple years now, basically. So they've been working on it. They've been, going through the whole conceptual story of what's going to happen to Master Chief in the new trilogy, which they've called the Reclaimer trilogy. So if you're into the story, it's sort of a hint towards a big push in Forerunner stuff. So there's going to be a lot more of the story of the Forerunners and things like that. A lot of the architecture of the game from what we've seen from concept art it's essentially Forerunner based like Halo, but much bigger, like a lot bigger and a lot more grand and epic. So it should be kind of cool. It also looks a lot less dormant, like we're going to be seeing actual Forerunners or something like that. No one really knows. We didn't really get as much information as we'd like to, but being in the early stages that it's in, I think they're not really willing to let loose any information that may not be in the final game, or that people might get carried away with, or whatever things like that. Actually, if you want to see some cool concept art for Halo 4, if you look at the covers of the new books they've just released, I'm not sure the names of all of them, but there's one called Krypton and one called Glasslands. So if you look at those, there's some cool concept art there. Basically shows what's on this new Forerunner world that Chief gets sucked into at the end of in the Halo 4 trailer. You see it in the end of Halo 3. Yeah, so they also went into some of the recording techniques that they used for Halo 4. Now, Marty O'Donnell, the audio director for the main Halo games up to now, he's gone with Bungie, so he's not with Halo anymore. So they've got a new guy called Sotaro Tojima, a Japanese guy. And he definitely seems like he knows what he's doing anyway. He looks like he's going to do a really good job. They showed some of the techniques that they're using to record some weapon fire. They basically, one thing they did is they got a potato launcher and they planted it in the ground, and they got just they went out into the middle of nowhere with a ton of microphones and I think it's called a hydrophone that goes underneath the ground to record the impact from underneath. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff to look at. I'm sure there'll be a video of it that's uploaded on YouTube sometime soon. Unfortunately, my camera was charging, so I couldn't quite get any video, but I did get photos. So, yeah, so there's that. Also, 343 are taking the perspective of all the communities around the place into account when they make their new game. So, they'll be taking into account the guys from, for instance, Griff Bullhub, who love Griff Bull, MLG, of course, HBO, all the different communities. They'll be talking to them and making sure that they can, keep everyone happy as much as they can. It'll be really interesting to see what they come up with for MLG, at least. I think they've got a lot of good feedback from Halo Reach that they'll be using, so that'll be good. And yeah, they were talking about the prototyping phase for Halo 4. Basically, they've been prototyping, lots and lots of different things. They'll be going through several iterations of the same stuff, which is, ideal. Thing is, they've found things that have worked and found things that have been really fun to play, but they've ultimately had to scrap them because it wasn't Halo, basically. So they seem really dedicated to keeping true to that Halo feel and the Halo aesthetic and the Halo, the sounds, the sights, the feel of it, the gameplay. Everything seems like it's staying true, even though they're introducing this whole other element of Forerunner stuff, and even, Forerunners, there's going to be new vehicles, new weapons. They did show some concept art at the end of some, what looked to be like Forerunner ships, flying away, which looked pretty cool. And also the new architecture of the Forerunner planet, which looks a lot like Halo, except, yeah, basically just a lot bigger. So that looks pretty cool. Two things that have been more or less, well, one thing definitely confirmed. There's no beta no multiplayer beta with Anniversary, so we'll have to wait for that. But they did say, when we get that, it'll be a lot, it'll be widely available. And the other thing is Forge. They said, is going to be a big part of it. So seems more or less confirmed for Halo 4 as you'd expect. They're also working on a lot of new stuff, new tools for Forge players, so I know a lot of people will be happy to hear that. And yeah, oh, and one more thing, they did show some, in the middle, at the end of the very end of the panel, but pretty much they showed just a little tease. There was some enemy, there's basically an enemy, and it was just some high pitched scream. I'm sure you'll see a video of it. Basically, it's nothing to give us any information of what it is. Something Forerunner related, I guess. Who knows? But yeah. So not as much information as we would have liked, but I'm sure there'll be some more down the road, and here's hoping that there is very soon. So yeah, I'm gonna get right back into it. Go downstairs, go check out Halo Fest. Still got a few things I want to do, so I'll do that, and I'll keep you updated later on tonight. So I'll see you then.